unless you're dating sugar daddy, then yeah, this point is quite pointless. Hey guys,
Hi.
it's Ian.
I'm Meg.
What do we have today?
Indian food!
Yeah! Oh my god.
Okay, so I haven't eaten. We only had smoothies today and like half a banana each. I'm so hungry, and it's now. What time is it now?
9:12.
Oh my god, it's 9:15.
Mm-hmm.
We meant to eat at 6 p.m. today, but now it's 9:15, and my stomach was like so. Whatever. Let's just eat.
Yeah, let's eat.
Yeah, okay.
Let's eat first.
So we went to an Indian place, close to where we live, and we have lamb vindaloo, Palak Paneer. Let's see, and butter chicken. So this was all from Surrey, the naan and the rice and everything, Reta. But these samosas are from Vancouver. So samosas are from Vancouver, 90 cents a piece, and look how big they are. We ate one on the drive back. Ah! Okay.
Roadie snack.
Yeah, I'm so hungry. What are we going to talk about today? After we start eating, but...
Let's eat first.
Yeah, but what are we going to start talking about today?
We'll talk about, dating. Like what, dating stuff in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Oh, I'm just going to use my hands. Oh, can you pass me a spoon?
Oh, I thought you were going to use your hands.
Oh, okay, fine. I'll use my hand.
This is our new setup.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so take some butter chicken.
Might as well take some while you have it.
You gonna use your hands?
Use your spoon.
No.
Huh?
Can you pass me that?
Hold on. What's happening? Oh, God, so
I want everything on my plate at once.
That's it? All the curry we got?
What do you mean? Yeah.
Oh no.
Do you like it when your food touches? What about you guys? Do you guys like it when your food touches? Or do you?
Of course. I like to mix. You've seen me. I mix everything.
But some people they don't like any of their food touching.
Sometimes you're like, oh, ew, that looks disgusting.
Well,
I'm
okay, your lunches do look disgusting. Sometimes. Ah! Lamb mussels. Lamb vindaloo. This is Ian's choice. Do you eat a lot of this?
Usually I order them.
The lamb vindaloo?
Mm-hmm.
How come?
I don't know. I used to just get it when I was in Australia.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, whenever
it's quite tangy, hey? The vindaloo? Is that why you like it?
Usually it's spicy. Usually.
I think it is spicy too, but it's like also tangy. Oh, Reta. Reta, my favorite. I can't eat Indian food without Reta.
Ooh, look at all these different colors.
Got this place from a place called Pizza. Oh my god, spicy. Pizza 85, but we didn't get any pizza. We just got curries. It's pretty good for a pizza place. I think that's the thing. That they do, like places now do pizza and curry in Indian food. Because I asked for a recommendation at work and another person said another pizza place that had curry.
What's odd is that this place is like a hybrid between that and a nightclub.
But there's no one in there.
No.
So it's not a nightclub.
I was trying to make sense of it.
The lamb is good.
Mm-hmm. Do you think Indian food should be eaten with by hand?
I think it's supposed to be.
What do you guys think?
I guess it's okay to eat it with like
because you came from Indonesia. Do people eat stuff with their hands there?
Not everything, but yeah, mostly.
So good. Remember I was going to talk about dating today.
Oh yeah.
Our dating tips for Vancouver. How to survive in Vancouver. Dating.
So we made a list. We put it in this bag. We're just gonna reach in and like.
Who's
see
going to reach in?
What we both came up with. I mean, my hands are really dirty.
Oh no. We each came up with 4 tips. We're going to pick into the bag. Because I don't know if you heard anything about dating in Vancouver. It kind of sucks. I think it sucks in like a lot of big places. But it sucks in Vancouver because we just don't have that many enough like in the States, the big places. You always hear that it sucks there too. But then they have way more people than us. But here the population is kind of limited, so even though it sucks, there's just still not enough. Like I feel like there's more normal guys for like guys have their pick. No, there's more normal. I don't know. What am I saying?
No, there's like.
There's not normal guys, but there's more that guys have their pick because there's more girls than guys in Vancouver. So then guys can have their pick and string girls along. What are your thoughts on that? Because before we met, we only been dating for like a year and a half now. A little less than a year and a half. So before that, we were dating and all that stuff.
I mean, I guess so. I don't know what it's like dating elsewhere, but.
What do you mean elsewhere? Yes, you do. You lived in other places.
I wasn't paying attention when I was there. Because, like,
you used to live in Australia, and you used to live in Holland, but then you weren't dating in Holland. You were the girlfriend. That's why you moved to Holland.
Like, I don't know what it's like dating-wise there, so.
He's had his pick, see, because guys always have their pick. Not that he's not a great guy. You are a great guy, but it's a lot easier for guys.
Like, I think I met, yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, I mean, that I think there's one that just kind of, like, midway stopped messaging me, and then suddenly, like,
how did you meet this person?
Like, she was just kind of, like, through work.
But not someone you work with?
Not a coworker. Like, I think, one day she just asked me, come by, because she works at a restaurant.
Right, so you're helping her out at work.
Came by, and then we went on, like, one date. And then
okay, so this is someone you met at work, because you're helping her through your job. Like, that's what you do. She was, like, your customer.
Yeah.
And then you hit it off during your appointment, or?
Like, I didn't... Yeah, I mean, like, we had a good chat. And then, she told me she works at a sports bar, so she's like...
Did you feel like that was an invitation at the time? Something spicy here, hey?
Probably from, like, the Vindaloo.
Do you feel it, or just me? You're getting a little red.
Yeah, I do feel a bit of heat.
Good, I'm not alone. Anyway, sorry.
Hands a mess.
I'm going to pick one then. Well, my hands are okay. And sorry, can you hear your thoughts?
And yeah, I just didn't think much of it. I remember there was a rugby game, and so she's like, we were talking about the rugby game that's coming to town, and she's like, "Oh, why don't you come over like that night?" So we met.
This is during your appointment. You first met her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I went there to the restaurant, and guess who served us? It was her. And,
did she see you from the door?
I have no idea.
Maybe she wanted it that way.
I have no idea.
Girls in Vancouver are thirsty. I don't blame us.
Yeah.
So it's like been relatively easy for you to date, I feel like. You always meet someone and then...
I've never done online before, just to let you guys know. Never done.
Why? There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it. I've just never done it.
I have. It's fine. It's a nice way to meet people.
Yeah? It's good.
Just like, so your experience in Vancouver dating has been pretty okay then. Like, it's not like you've been alone for very long. You've always had someone.
I guess, yeah, you can say that.
I'll tell you right now, girls dating in Vancouver sucks. Guys are just like so mean. They don't answer your texts. They ghost you. Or they're always like, I'm just not looking for anything serious right now.
Yeah, what do those say?
Yeah, they're like, oh, you know, like, can we just keep it casual? I'm just not looking for anything serious. Or, oh, you know, another one? I've got a lot of baggage, you know, I'm just getting over a breakup. And it's like, or... It's like, excuse me, we're now in our 20s and 30s, you know, if you're not getting over a breakup, like, then you're probably a loser anyways, and I don't want anything to do with you. Like, at this age, everyone has baggage, so I do not accept that. I don't accept that. Whoever says that to me is a loser. Okay.
Okay, topic.
Tip. Dating tip. I pulled this from the bag, so we don't know who came up with this tip. Is it me or is it you? I'm going to read it. Number 1 dating tip. It's you. Take the edge off with drinks. That's our dating tip number 1.
Now, this comes to saying that I think we both like to drink.
Yes.
So, I mean, any ways that you can take your edge off somehow. I mean, like, I think it's always nice. Like, I guess you don't have to always take your edge off, but, you know, it would be nice if you can, like, you know.
If you don't like to drink, then don't. If you don't drink, then don't. But if you like drinking, I think what you mean to say is, but you asked me for coffee the first time. And I didn't even know what he was saying because I don't even know what a date is that doesn't have drinks. But he asked me the first time through work of, what do you want?
None.
Oh, we're out? Oh my God.
There's only 3.
Jeez. Yeah, well, you ate 2.
Oh.
I was just gonna through work functions. But he was like, oh, whenever you're around, we should get a coffee. And I was like, yeah, sure. Like, I just thought that I don't go for coffee, and yeah. And so I didn't know that was you, like, putting your feelers out there. But if you don't drink alcohol, and that's the next best thing, then do coffee. But I think you're right. Take the edge off with drinks.
Yeah, I mean...
And it's fun.
I can't say this for everybody, but, you know, I guess sometimes, you know, it's nice to, you know, have a glass of beer. It just kind of, I don't know, takes the edge off and just more relaxed and, like, you know, carefree a bit with your conversation.
And usually it's at night too if you're having drinks, right? So, like, you don't have to worry about going back to work. It's not in the middle of the day. It's usually at the end of your, like, after you've done your day, so you can kind of just, we're not saying get drunk. Yeah. Just, you know, that's what we had. Well, our first day we had like 2 beers. I
know my brother doesn't drink.
Yes.
And he still goes clubbing.
Yeah.
I don't know how he does it. And he said he's like, you know, he's a super funny guy. And he's always like, he does it sober. And I mean, that's, you know, all in, you know, it's good for him. Like, it's, you know, I'm just saying.
But that being said, he also admitted his brother is really funny and cool. But he also admitted dating is one of those things that it's hard not to drink when you're dating.
Okay.
That was one of my rules too. First date, you should go on a drink. Because don't do dinner. Because, like, that is just too stressful for a first date. It's like,
I agree.
Who's gonna pay too? Like, what if you don't like her and dinner's so long and then you have to talk to each other and you have, like, especially don't go for Indian food on a first date.
Oh yeah, don't go for this. No. You know.
But then you're, like, trying to talk and then, like, you have all this, like, you're trying to coordinate talking and then, like, eating. It's just too much.
That was actually.
But drinking is nice because even if you get nervous, you can kind of play with your drink. So,
a good place, like, in Vancouver, we have lots of brew pubs.
Yeah.
Perfect. Just maybe one that's not too noisy. Some are quite noisy, so go to one, you know, have a beer, just, you know, relax. So, and they usually do sell snacks or pizza. It's something just casual. That's what I'm trying to say. It's just like a place that is casual. Don't have to like go to like a 5-course meal. You sit across each other and like.
No, who's gonna pay for a 5-course
Yeah.
meal? You know why? Because people are going on so many dates that they don't even have enough money to pay for a 5-course meal because they have a date tonight, they have a date tomorrow, probably have another date on Saturday. No one has money for that.
Okay.
Though you had to tell them about that girl the girl that you were telling us about. You did buy Cirque du Soleil tickets.
I did.
That is unheard. When he told me that, I was like, that is unheard of. I've never heard of anyone buying. Actually, no, that's not unheard of. I know another guy who did that too.
Here's the thing.
But no one's ever done that for me.
So here's the thing. I mean, when it comes to activities for me, it's like even that. I've never been to Cirque du Soleil. I was like, she wanted to go. I was like, sure, why not? Right? So why not? Let's do it. So it's a both new experiences for the both of us. It was nice.
Yeah. So nice that you didn't end up together.
It was like what? How much was it? It was like a couple $100, I think.
You just meant like, I mean, I'm not saying that people shouldn't do that. I'm just saying I don't even know what that's like someone from not the internet, but like.
So on our first date, she mentioned it. This is right before Christmas, and you know, she was about to go home, and like she mentioned it, like she talked about it twice. We saw it when we were like having our drinks and food. Like she saw it. She's like, "Oh,
What do you mean? When was this?
In Burgoo."
Oh, this was okay. This is
Yeah.
your first like real
Yeah,
date.
yeah. So I was like, you know what? Why not? Like I've never been to it before. My dad loves Cirque du Soleil. I've heard about it before, and it's only there for a limited amount of time. In fact, like. Once she leaves and she comes back, you know, she had to go somewhere to see her family. When she comes back, it would have been over. So honestly, for me, it's like, why not, right?
That's
so,
really nice.
Win-win.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my hands are dirty now too, so you're gonna wipe your hands and have to pick up that rule, that tip. Our second dating tip.
This is Megan.
That is my number one rule.
Dating is a number game, so you have to put yourself out there. That means go out with friends, join or start something new, online dating, etc. I agree with that.
Does that make sense to you?
That totally makes sense. Like, if you're just at home doing nothing, I mean, you know, just
Well, also just dating.
be out there.
Well,
Like,
also,
it's-
yes. But like dating is, I always said this. Dating is a numbers game. Like you can't just give up and like just. You're right. You can't just stay home. But I was on tons. Like I would go out with friends. Join new I'd go depends what you're comfortable joining. Like I didn't necessarily want to join a club, but I would do new fitness things with friends, and then through that you meet new people. If your coworkers ask you out, just say yes. If you meet new friends and they ask you out, just say yes, because you don't know who you're gonna meet from that. There's so many times I've met people and like I dated them and it didn't work out, but like at least that's something.
Mm-hmm.
And then and don't like online dating, like he's never done it, but like that doesn't mean like don't knock it, because you meet so many cool people from online dating and you get so good at having conversations. I'm so good at the first date. Like I could go on a date with anyone, I feel like. Yeah, and I just think like you just gotta throw your eggs at all of the baskets and just keep dating until you find someone.
put yourself out there.
Yes. He took a dance class once.
Yeah, so after I broke up with my previous ex, my dad was like, you should join dancing, you know, like swing dance. And like, he got me a Groupon for Lindy Hop. So I went there by myself. You know, it was okay.
One day, you guys, we gotta get Ian to show us some Lindy Hops. Maybe if we get 50 subscribers, you'll do the Lindy Hop.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, 50 subscribers, and then Ian will do the Lindy Hop. And how'd that go?
That was fine. Yeah, I mean, it's not really for me. I mean, I tried it. It wasn't for me. It's you know.
You know, but at least you tried.
Yeah, why not? You know?
Yeah.
I'm always up for new experiences. It's what I love. I think it's what we like too. So.
Should I pull the next dating tip?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. I should also mention they gave us a salad, but ain't nobody wasting their time on salad today.
They gave us a salad.
Do you want a salad?
No.
I had like some. It didn't look very good. Okay, tip number 3.
Yeah, what is it?
Ask what is or are their thoughts before proceeding.
So this is like, you know, when you're it's always nice when you're out there and just like, just let's say you've already had a drink and then you're hungry, right? It's always nice to always just ask the other person, like, oh.
Okay, so this is when you're on a date. That's
when you're on a date. When you're on a date, like, it's just kind of like, it's always nice to ask the other person's thought. Like, what are your thoughts? Should we get more food? Like, instead of just like, oh, let's get food. Like, you know, or you just order food without maybe the other person's not hungry. Maybe
what if you order? Have you ever heard of someone ordering for the other person?
I think I did. I think someone, one of our friends, that happened to her.
Yeah.
Like, it's, you know, always just ask. Maybe, you know what, the date's not going so well, and the other person just wants to go, and then you just order and like order for the other person or whatnot. Just ask them, like, what are your thoughts? Like, you know, I'm hungry. Like, I want to do this. What are your thoughts? If the date's not going well, maybe it's, you know, and she said, you know what, I'm not that hungry. Maybe I might, you know, whatever. Then it's also a good indication for you and stuff like that, right? Like, maybe after the drinks, you might want to go to a different place, and you can say, "What are your thoughts? Should we go to another place?" It's always like, it's also like a feeler, like for yourself to find out, like, okay, does this person actually like me? And it's, you know,
that's a good tip,
right?
And it's not one I would have thought of.
And it's common courtesy too. It's common courtesy.
Yeah, you should, you know what? You should do that in any scenario you're in. Actually, that is just a life tip, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Thank you.
What is number 4?
Casual places. We've already covered that. So we're not
Casual places? What does that mean?
We already talked about casual places, like a pub, like a brewery pub.
Did you
like
put 2 rules in that are the same rule then?
No, what happened? What happened? You started talking about it from the first point.
What? But you said drinks to ease it.
But we were saying not to go to like high fancy places, to go to like casual places. You know, you can have drinks, maybe just like little snacks.
Oh, that's what you mean by okay.
Yeah, casual places. It's
That's
casual.
different. That's different from drinking. Because you can go to a fancy place and have drinks.
You can, yeah, you can. But it's I think more not places, casual environment. That's what I'm trying to say.
But then, what if someone that you're dating likes fancy things though?
Like if you go to a martini.
So say the girl likes, like, I know people who like fancy things. So if you brought them to a pub, they wouldn't like. If you brought them to a dirty bar, they might not necessarily like it.
Well, a brew pub is not a dirty. It's not a dirty pub. Like it's.
I guess it depends who you're like. Hopefully, if you're asking someone on a date, you know what kind of person they are, or get a sense of that before you go on a date. Because, like, some people, like, I know people who like only fancy things. Like they won't like like we're talking about fancy here, like much like far out of our price ranges. But like, you know, they like sugar babies.
I hope you're not dating sugar babies, or you know, unless you're dating sugar daddy, then yeah, this point is quite pointless. But I'm just saying, like in reality, like this is, you don't know this person doesn't know you. Like it's like maybe you're texting, but still, this is your first time. Just casual, something, you know, relax, casual. I don't have to wear a tie to go, or like a you know. Yeah. To go to this freaking place where people are standing around you to like open up the plate, ta-da! Like not that kind of place. Like, you know, just go there casual, like have a beer, like relax, martini, like even like a martini bar that's expensive, that's fine, but just casual environment, casual place.
Yeah.
You know, I can wear my t-shirt if I want to. Like it's just something relax, you know.
Well, no, why should you be wearing a t-shirt? You should be wearing a t-shirt on a first date.
You can be wearing a shirt. I'm saying, and I wore a shirt on a first date. I'm just saying, but this is the kind of place that you, maybe if you want to wear a t-shirt, you can wear a t-shirt if you want. Maybe I will, you know.
Okay, so like you touched on a good point, like wearing a t-shirt on a first date. Like, yeah, you could, but like in the West Coast, we're so lazy here. Like
summertime, I mean, it's.
Well, what's wrong with a nice like a nice collared t-shirt?
Yeah, no, I agree.
I get it, like we're casual, West Coast, blah blah blah, but like you don't have to look sloppy. You know, t-shirts can be okay. You're nice to wear a nice V-neck t-shirt. That would be really nice, a nice fitted one. But don't just like come like a slob. Like, always put your best foot forward.
Oh, absolutely.
Dress for the job you want and the date you want.
You can wear a t-shirt, just wear a nice t-shirt.
Yes,
You do want to
fitted.
wear a t-shirt.
Fitted.
Yeah.
Ain't no one wearing free promotional t-shirts
The
tonight.
key is putting some effort.
Yeah.
Put some
We just
effort.
want to see some effort.
Yeah, put an effort. All right. Okay, let's do the next one, right?
Weird. This is number 5 now.
Well, that's kind of like... Let's just keep on going. Oh!
Yours or mine?
This is Megan's.
I tasted lamb.
What does that say? Smile and make eye contact.
What do you think of that one? That's pretty self-explanatory.
I absolutely agree. Like, I mean... You gotta smile. You gotta make eye contact. If you do none of that, I mean...
No, but like, yes, do that on a first date. Do that on all of your dates.
All
Do that
day.
for the rest of your
Yeah,
life.
for
But
sure.
when you're out and you want to meet people, if you don't smile, like, and make eye contact, no one's gonna want to talk to you. And like, there's no complicated. It's a simple secret. It's not even a secret. I don't know, because I can't even tell you how many times people have come up to me and talked to me, not because I'm beautiful or not because anything else. It's because I'm smiling, or when I walk by them, I'll like smile and make eye contact. And like, people, my friends would be like, I don't know anyone who gets like talked to as much as you. And it's like, I don't have a secret for it. It's just like being civil, like a normal person. When you walk by someone, smile and say you don't have to say hello, but
Yeah, I agree.
there was never any secret to it.
This is not just for dating, guys. I mean, this should be like your daily life too. You know, when you're like at work, or like, I guess more so, yeah, like dating. Like, it's smile when you talk to someone, give eye contact. This is just like, yeah, personal etiquette when you talk to someone. When
And I
you're
get it.
conversing with
It's
someone.
hard, especially when you live in a city like Vancouver that's quite often very cold. No one really. You don't get to know people here that often, or you don't get to don't get to know people well here. So I get it. It's hard, and you're used to a certain way of life. But like, even if you just smile, how can you not be happy when you smile? And I guarantee that if you do this, that people will talk to you.
I agree.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely agree with that, man. Okay.
Ah, your hands are clean.
Here. Oh, this one is mine.
Okay.
I took mine. I saw mine, and I know exactly what it is.
This is number 6.
That's fine. Let's just keep on going. We're going through it.
Ian's favorite rule: no expectations.
No expectations.
Ever?
Maybe just mostly. I mean, on first date. Like, I think most of my tips are like for like first dates, which is, you know. No expectations. Simple as that. Like, it's actually, sorry, maybe not that simple.
It's not that. It's very hard not to. It's very hard to live your life with no expectations.
So, like, you know, you could be online dating. You're messaging each other. I mean, like, before we met, we messaged each other a lot before we even.
Not
met.
a lot.
Like, you know.
I wouldn't say a lot. Would you say a lot?
Not a lot, I guess, but I don't know. Standard amount.
Okay. Yeah. No, just like a couple of times through work communicator.
So it's like and you know, first date, it's like just no expectations. Just go there to just have a good time with this person, right? Like, don't put so much like expectation of what's gonna happen. Like, you're gonna kiss her after. Like, it's gonna be amazing. Like, just go out there and just have fun, like, have a good time. Like, there's no pressure, no expectation. Like, it's easier said than done.
It is.
But it's like, when you go out there, just kind of like, oh yeah, we've been messaging, just kind of, hey, you know what, let's go here, let's have a, what are your thoughts, let's go here, what do you think, yeah, okay, just like, just have fun, like joke around, like it's, smile. And usually when you joke around, you smile, and it's.
I think that's really good advice. I think it's, like you said, easier said than done. Like, and it's like, it's good advice for life too, right? Like,
It is, yeah.
but it's just hard not to have expectations when you like. I know what you're like. I think you definitely are really good at living your life. Like, I think when we first went out, you're like, I don't know. I didn't really have expectations either for that. I think I was just in a funny place for my life, and I just was done with dating. Well, was done with dating in Vancouver, and I was like, I'm gonna move to Toronto, and I met him. But I think you constantly just live your life with no expectations. I'm a person who lives my life with expectations. I have high expectations of people.
Yeah.
So it's just that's I think it's a good piece of advice. I find it really hard to do though.
I think it's nice to have a good balance. Like, I'm not saying not to always have no expectations or things, but especially if it's like a first date, and it could be very, if you've.
Do you have a tip for how to get into a state of mind for that? Like, how do you do that?
I think when things like just going to a casual place where, the way you set it up to, let's go here, let's have, find out if the person likes to drink first, or whatever it is they like to do, or just a meal, or like a simple meal, or it's just like, hey, let's meet up, why don't we go to this brewery pub, and like that in itself, everything is just casual.
Right.
Like, there's no. Again, like when you start going to like a fancy restaurant, it's just wow.
So even though if you can't get your mind into that mental state, then like try to make everything else
exactly
like as low pressure as possible.
You got it.
Yeah. So even if you might go on a date, it's also like fake it till you make it. Then, right? Like, even if you can't think, like, it's a really hard thing to do because I have expectations of people, and I'll admit I've had expectations of, oh, I hope this date turns out to be something more. And it's just not happened. But yeah, I think if you can just then make everything around you so that it sets you up for success, then that's,
Not in a way that you become like so relaxed or you're a jackass. Like, it's kind of more like yeah.
And I think,
like, how do I explain it? Like,
no, I think you're just kind of, and it's more, hopefully you choose or have some say in a date setting that is comfortable for you, because then you can be more like yourself.
Agreed.
Which hopefully is not like a jackass. Unless you are really a jackass, then you should just be true to yourself so the other person can make an informed decision on whether they want to date a jackass.
Why make your life so difficult, right?
Yeah.
I think the last one is yours. Do you remember what it is?
I do, sort of, but I want to remember what I wrote it down as. Is it on your side or my side?
Right here. Man, this one is clean. You want me to read it out?
Our top 5 turned to like top 7.
I thought we had a lot of duplicates, actually. But
No, we don't. Oh. We date very differently, I guess.
I think this really ties into a lot of what we just talked about. This last tip here, which is be yourself.
Yes.
So be yourself. Otherwise, you are doomed to fail.
You are. Like, I think there's been times where I'm like, I could just be more like this way or try to be more like this way, but like, let's be real. At the end of the day, I cannot sustain that.
Another thing that's easier said than done
is to be yourself.
Just be yourself.
Yeah.
Another thing.
Well, at the end of the day, though, you're going to be yourself. Like, you could be someone else while you're dating someone, but then down the road, you'll eventually turn into yourself. Like, and like, in the context of online dating, we had this example where someone might be posting photos of themselves, like they're trying to hide what they really look like. And you shouldn't do that because first of all, you should love yourself and your body. That doesn't mean like don't do things to try to improve. Like if you feel like if you're trying to hide something about yourself, like say maybe you're not happy with your weight, for example, and you might try to hide angles. Like we have someone we know someone who's kind of done that, right? Like perhaps not happy with the way they look at the moment, so they hide their body and like angles and like only take photos where they look quite different from what they look like in real life. That's not gonna work either, because even though you have a great personality, like you basically lied.
Yeah.
You had a good way of putting it. Like
it's like yeah, I don't know, like I feel like it's easier to be yourself when you put a picture of exactly what you actually look like.
Because then you're not worried.
Then you're not worried, because when that person looks at your picture, they know exactly what they're what they're going to be seeing when you're going on a date. Not like a totally different where it shocks them, right? Like you put your picture out there, when someone does respond to that, you know for sure. And like when you put your description online, like, make sure you tell them, exactly who you are. And when they actually message you, when you go on a date, you're like, if this
I think you mean when you say on your description, like you like when you're saying say exactly who you are. You don't say exactly where you are.
No. But just don't put like nothing.
Yeah.
Or like a one sentence trying to be cool.
Yeah.
That doesn't tell anyone
I've done
anything.
that before.
Yeah.
But you're right. Like if you're hiding at that point, if you're hiding what you look like, and then you don't say anything meaningful in your description, this person really, when they're meeting you, is like some people, like ideally when you do online banking or online dating, you have your photo and then you have your description, and then sometimes you'll message and then you'll start messaging with someone. And in my cases, I've usually messaged back and forth quite a bit, so you kind of get a sense of who the other person is. But sometimes some people aren't good at texting, and you just go on a date like soon after you're messaging, and you don't talk too much. So at that point, you don't have a truthful photo, and your description is like one sassy little line. That person doesn't really know who you are at all. Yeah. They thought they might have been getting like something else, and now they meet you and you're not that at all. So what do you think is going to happen? And
then you get the no, we don't have that much chemistry in the date. Like, it's like like how's the date? It's like don't hardly anything to talk about. Like it's like, well, that's probably why.
Yeah.
When you put things that you don't have to put everything, but just put a little feeler that when the person look at it and just like, oh, I think I kind of understand what this not fully understand, but I can kind of guess what this person is like. If I don't know, if you like Pokemon, maybe you put like Pokemon on the description, so the person is like, oh, I think this person is a little bit of like nerdy, but I like nerdy, and it's like quirky, and the picture is exactly what I I like this person. And when you go on a date, it's like, like this person already feel comfortable kind of knowing who this person they're going to be meeting, and they kind of know what to talk about based on like what that is, right?
Yeah.
But if you, like you said, if you put like picture that totally doesn't look like you try to be cool and put like a sentence description, like it's so tough. Like I don't even you're doing this to make it harder on yourself. That's what I feel like it truly is.
Yeah, I ate so much Indian food tonight.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know. So these are just our dating tips. It's not like we're the but I will say I've gone on so many dates that I do feel like I have something worthwhile to say about dating. Like I've been on so many dates. I can't even whatever. I feel very strongly about that. I've been on so many dates, and they've all just so many of them have been terrible.
There's so many factors that's come into it, and I hope some of these tips.
You learn a lot about the human nature. I'll tell you that. I don't know.
So I think really,
but you can let's take what you want or don't take. Like I hope everyone is just happy. That's all I want.
Yeah. And I hope this helps you guys in any way. And if you're dating, or you want to come to Vancouver to date, it's good. But I think really the two main thing that I'm gathering between what we just brought in is one is always put yourself out there. And second thing, when you put yourself out there, that just, you know, like, I'm not going to say be yourself. Make it easier for yourself, right? Put yourself out there. Make it easier. Whatever it is that you're doing, make it easier for yourself. Don't make it too complicated, like too much stuff happening. Simple, easy, and then all you can focus on is just, you know, having a good time.
Yes.
And then just let whatever happens happen, right?
And you know what? Don't put so much pressure on, because sometimes if it's meant to be, it will work out. If it's not meant to be, then it wasn't meant to be, and you should just go on living your life knowing that it wasn't meant to be, and you dodged a bullet.
Yes.
Yeah. No.
I made it simple there. That was simple.
So simple.
But then something complicated happened.
You're crazy.
Okay, I think we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, if you guys like our video, and you know, we're doing this. You know, we love doing this. We enjoy doing this. I think we have a good time. I hope you guys can join us and have a good time with us. We don't just do mukbang. We also want to do best of series in Vancouver to show you guys the best places in Vancouver. That's coming up, and
If you have feedback, give us feedback.
please do.
But also subscribe, please.
So if you
And
can
leave
subscribe.
feedback. Yeah. Can we do the thing that everyone does? Done. Is that it?
Yeah, that's good. So thanks, guys.
Thank
have a good
you.
night, or day,
Bye.
whatever. Bye.